Hello, my friends. I'm Dr. kenD Berry, 0.022 seconds internal medicine physician and geriatric health specialist. 0.077 seconds, and today we're going to have one of the most important, potentially life-saving, 0.1111 seconds, and frankly controversial conversations about 3 medical tests that your doctor will insist are mandatory after 0 to 18 seconds, age 70, but that medical evidence increasingly shows may cause more harm than good for healthy seniors. I believe, say 0.26 seconds. It's time to bring this critical medical information to light with scientific evidence that the medical establishment doesn't want to discuss openly because 0.3434 seconds. These tests generate billions in revenue. Because when we understand what the research really says about screening, 0.4141 seconds tests in seniors over 70, we don't just avoid unnecessary procedures, we prevent serious complications and focus on 0.4949 seconds interventions that actually improve quality of life and longevity. So 0.5454 seconds. Welcome back to this space where patient-centered medicine supersedes profit-driven protocols and where 1.011 minute, 1 second evidence-based care replaces automatic testing that may do more harm than good. 1.071 minute, 7 seconds, whether you're approaching 70, already past it, or caring for elderly parents. 1.121 minute, 12 seconds. This information could literally save your life or the life of someone you love. 1.181 minute, 18 seconds. Because here's the uncomfortable truth I've observed during 28 years of geriatric medicine practice. 1.251 minute, 25 seconds. There are 3 tests that doctors routinely order for patients over 70. 1.301 minute. 30 seconds, claiming they're mandatory for health maintenance, but that major medical organizations have quietly changed their 1.371 minute, 37 seconds recommendations on acknowledging these tests often lead to overdiagnosis, overtreatment, and serious complications in 1.451 minute, 45 seconds, elderly patients who would have lived longer, healthier lives if they'd never been tested. Now let's go directly to 1.531 minute, 53 seconds, the situation I see constantly in my practice. A situation that breaks my heart because I know the harm that's about to unfold. The scenario is this: 2.32 minutes, 3 seconds, doctor, I'm 73 years old. I feel great. 2.72 minutes, 7 seconds, I'm active. I have no symptoms, but my doctor is insisting I need a colonoscopy, aggressive cancer. 142 minutes, 14 seconds screening and stress testing because these are mandatory at my age. But I've heard stories of seniors who had 2.22 minutes, 22 seconds complications from these procedures. I'm confused because I feel fine. Do I really need these tests? Or is there 2.292 minutes, 29 seconds, something my doctor isn't telling me about the risks versus benefits at my age? This is the question that arrives from healthy seniors who instinctively 2.382 minutes, 38 seconds sense something is wrong with aggressive testing when they feel fine. Comes up in consultations where families are trying to protect their elderly loved ones from 2.472 minutes, 47 seconds unnecessary medical interventions, and reflects the growing awareness that more medical care isn't always better care. 2.542 minutes, 54 seconds, especially after 70. I want you to stay for this complete medical revelation because by the end, you'll have 3.023 minutes, 2 seconds information that can protect you from procedures that medical evidence increasingly shows cause more harm than 3.093 minutes, 9 seconds benefit in healthy seniors. Potentially adding years of quality life by avoiding complications from tests you never. 3.173 minutes, 17 seconds needed. All right, let's start with the medical reality that few doctors will discuss honestly with their elderly. 3.53 minutes, 25 seconds patients. Medical screening tests are designed for populations where the benefits outweigh the risks. But this 323 minutes, 32 seconds calculation changes dramatically after age 70 because your life expectancy, the natural pace of disease progression, and 3.403 minutes, 40 seconds, your body's ability to tolerate procedures all shift fundamentally. But as with all aspects of geriatric, 3.473 minutes, 47 seconds medicine, the nuanced understanding of risks, benefits, and individual circumstances is absolutely crucial. 3.563 minutes, 56 seconds, generic protocols designed for 50-year-olds are often actively harmful when applied to healthy 75-year-olds. Yet most doctors, 4.044 minutes, 4 seconds, continue ordering these tests automatically without honest discussions about whether they'll actually help you live longer or better. So let's start with the fundamental medical principles. 4.174 minutes, 17 seconds. What are the 3 tests that are routinely pushed as mandatory after 70? 4,234 minutes, 23 seconds. Why does the medical evidence increasingly question their value in healthy seniors? 4,294 minutes, 29 seconds. What are the real risks that doctors often minimize or ignore? And most crucially, how can you have an informed 4,374 minutes, 37 seconds conversation with your doctor about whether these tests are truly necessary for your specific situation, or whether 4,444 minutes, 44 seconds, refusing them is actually the healthier choice? 4,494 minutes, 49 seconds. Let's start with the 3 mandatory tests that I believe most healthy seniors over 70 should seriously consider refusing. 4,584 minutes, 58 seconds, mandatory test number 1, routine colonoscopy screening after age 75. 5 those 65 minutes, 6 seconds. This is the test that causes the most complications in elderly patients while providing minimal benefit. 5,135 minutes, 13 seconds. The U.S. Preventive Services Task Force now explicitly recommends against routine colonoscopy screening after age. 5,215 minutes, 21 seconds, 75 for people who've had normal previous screenings. Why doctors still push it? Colonoscopy is extremely profitable. 5,295 minutes, 29 seconds. Each procedure generates $3,000 to $5,000 in revenue for the medical system. 5,365 minutes, 36 seconds. Gastroenterologists have strong financial incentives to continue screening elderly patients even when medical evidence says they shouldn't. 5,445 minutes, 44 seconds. The hidden risks they don't tell you. 5 times 485 minutes, 48 seconds after age 70. Your risk of serious complications from colonoscopy increases dramatically. Bowel perforation occurs 5 times 555 minutes, 55 seconds in 1 in 300 procedures for seniors versus 1 in 1,000 for younger people, often requiring emergency surgery. 6,046 minutes, 4 seconds. Cardiovascular complications from the sedation increase significantly. The bowel prep itself can cause dangerous 6,116 minutes, 11 seconds dehydration and electrolyte imbalances that can trigger heart problems or falls. What the research really shows, a 6,196 minutes, 19 seconds landmark study published in JAMA Internal Medicine followed 50,000 seniors over age 75 for 10 years. Those 6,176 minutes, 27 seconds, who continued routine colonoscopy screening had no improvement in colon cancer mortality compared to those who 6,346 minutes, 34 seconds stopped screening, but had significantly higher rates of hospitalization for complications from the procedures themselves. Here's the medical reality. 6,446 minutes, 44 seconds, colon cancer is slow growing. If you're 75 and had a normal colonoscopy at 65, 6,516 minutes, 51 seconds, any polyp that develop will take 10 to 15 years to become dangerous cancer. 6,576 minutes, 57 seconds. Statistically, you're much more likely to die from heart disease, stroke, or other causes before that slow-growing polyp ever threatens your life. 7 those 67 minutes, 6 seconds. Meanwhile, the colonoscopy itself has immediate real risks of serious complications. The exception if you're 7,147 minutes, 14 seconds, having symptoms, bleeding, significant changes in bowel habits, unexplained weight loss, then diagnostic colonoscopy may be appropriate. 7,247 minutes, 24 seconds, but routine screening when you feel fine is what the evidence increasingly argues against after 75. 7,317 minutes, 31 seconds, mandatory test number 2, aggressive prostate cancer screening with PSA tests after 7,397 minutes, 39 seconds, age 70. This is perhaps the most controversial screening test because we now have definitive evidence that at 7,477 minutes, 47 seconds leads to massive overdiagnosis and overt treatment of cancers that would never have caused problems. 7,537 minutes, 53 seconds. Why doctors still push it? PSA testing is quick, easy, and generates substantial follow-up revenue through 8,028 minutes, 2 seconds, biopsies, surgeries, and radiation treatments. It's become so routine that many doctors order it automatically. 8,098 minutes, 9 seconds, without discussing whether it's actually beneficial. The hidden truth about prostate cancer, 8,168 minutes, 16 seconds. Most men over 70 have some prostate cancer cells. 8,208 minutes, 20 seconds. Autopsy studies show that 60 to 70% of men who died of other causes had prostate cancer they never knew about. 8, 298 minutes, 29 seconds, because it was growing so slowly it never caused symptoms. 8, 348 minutes, 34 seconds. These are cancers that would have never threatened their lives. What the research really shows, the European 8, 4, 18 minutes, 41 seconds randomized study of screening for prostate cancer followed 162,000 men for 13 years. For men over 70s, PSA screening, 8, 5, 18 minutes, 51 seconds, did not reduce death from prostate cancer, but did lead to huge increases in biopsies, surgeries, and radiation. 8, 5, 98 minutes, 59 seconds treatments, all with serious side effects, including incontinence and impotence. Here's what they don't tell you. 9:79 minutes, 7 seconds. When you get a PSA test after 70 and it's elevated, you'll be pressured into a prostate biopsy. 9:159 minutes, 15 seconds. That biopsy has a 2 to 3% risk of life-threatening infection, much higher in elderly men. 9:249 minutes, 24 seconds. If the biopsy finds cancer, which it often will because prostate cancer is so common, you'll be pressured into 9:3:19 minutes, 31 seconds treatment, even though the cancer would likely never have threatened your life. The devastating consequences. 9:3:99 minutes, 39 seconds. I've seen dozens of healthy 75-year-old men who felt great, got a PSA test, 9:4:69 minutes, 46 seconds, found cancer, underwent surgery or radiation, and ended up with permanent incontinence and sexual dysfunction. 9:59 minutes, 55 seconds all to treat a cancer that would have never bothered them in their remaining 10 to 15 years of life. The medical consensus, the American Cancer Society, 10:07, 10 minutes, 7 seconds, U.S. Preventive Services Task Force, and American Urological Association all now recommend against routine PSA screening. 10:16, 10 minutes, 16 seconds after age 70 unless you have a strong family history or concerning symptoms. Third test, mandatory, 10:25, 10 minutes, 25 seconds, aggressive cardiac stress testing in asymptomatic seniors. This is the test that doctors use to check your heart even when you have no chest pain. 10:35, 10 minutes, 35 seconds, shortness of breath, or cardiac symptoms. It sounds prudent, but for healthy seniors, it often leads to a cascade of unnecessary interventions. 10:45, 10 minutes, 45 seconds. Why doctors still push it. Stress tests lead to highly profitable follow-up procedures, cardiac catheterizations, 10:54, 10 minutes, 54 second stances, and bypasses that generate hundreds of thousands in revenue. 11:11 minutes. Cardiologists have strong financial incentives to find problems that require intervention. 11:06, 11 minutes, 6 seconds. The hidden dangers. Stress testing itself can trigger heart attacks in elderly patients. The test literally 11:15, 11 minutes. 15 seconds stresses your heart to its maximum capacity. 11:18, 11 minutes. 18 seconds. False positive results are extremely common. 40 to 50% of abnormal stress tests in seniors show nothing wrong when 11:27, 11 minutes. 27 seconds followed up with catheterization leading to unnecessary invasive procedures with real risks. 11:34, 11 minutes. 34 seconds. What the research really shows, a study in the Journal of the American Medical Association Cardiology followed 10,000 seniors without cardiac symptoms. 11:46, 11 minutes, 46 seconds. Those who had routine stress testing had no better cardiac outcomes than those who didn't, but had significantly higher. 11.5411 minutes, 54 seconds rates of complications from follow-up procedures that the stress tests triggered. The cascade of harm, 12 minutes, 2 seconds. Here's the typical scenario. You're 73, 12:05 and 12 minutes, 5 seconds feel fine. Get a stress test just to check. It shows something abnormal. You get rushed into cardiac catheterization. 12:14, 12 minutes, 14 seconds. They find a 40% blockage that would never have caused problems. They put in a stent to be safe, and you end up on 12:2D, 12 minutes, 21 seconds, blood thinners for life with increased bleeding risks. All because of a screening test you never needed. The medical reality. If you're having 12.29, 12 minutes, 29 second symptoms, chest pain, shortness of breath, unusual fatigue, then stress testing can be appropriate diagnostic. 12:37, 12 minutes, 37 seconds tool. But screening healthy asymptomatic seniors leads to overdiagnosis of problems that don't need fixing and exposes you to serious procedural risks. 12:50, 12 minutes, 50 seconds. Let me give you a specific example that illustrates all three of these issues. 12:56, 12 minutes, 56 seconds. A patient named Margaret came to me at age 76. She was active, healthy, no symptoms, felt great. Her previous 13,005, 13 minutes, 5 seconds. Doctor had scheduled her for colonoscopy, PSA testing for her husband, and cardiac stress testing. 13, 12, and 13 minutes, 12 seconds, calling them all mandatory preventive care. 13, now 16, 13 minutes, 16 seconds. I reviewed the medical evidence with her and her husband. We discussed that at their age with no symptoms and previous normal screenings, these tests were more 13.25 and 13 minutes, 25 seconds, likely to find problems that would lead to risky treatments than to actually extend their healthy lives. They decided 32 and 13 minutes, 32 seconds, to refuse all three tests, focusing instead on the interventions that actually do improve healthy longevity. 13, 39, 13 minutes, 39 seconds after 70, daily walking, strength training twice weekly, Mediterranean diet, social engagement, and management. 13, 47, 13 minutes, 47 seconds of their blood pressure and cholesterol with medications. 13, 5E1, 13 minutes, 51 seconds. 5 years later, at age 81, Margaret is still active, healthy, and thriving. 13, 5V8, 13 minutes, 58 seconds. Meanwhile, 3 of her friends who did have those mandatory tests ended up with serious complications. 14 to 06, 14 minutes, 6 seconds zone, hospitalized for colonoscopy perforation, 1 with permanent incontinence after prostate cancer treatment, and 1 on blood thinners after a stent he didn't need. 14, 18, 14 minutes, 18 seconds. This story isn't unique. 14, 21, 14 minutes, 21 seconds. I've seen this pattern hundreds of times. Healthy seniors who refuse aggressive screening often live longer. 14 to 8, 14 minutes, 28 seconds, healthier lives than those who submit to every test doctors recommend. 14, 33, 14 minutes, 33 seconds. The evidence supporting refusing these tests in healthy seniors includes evidence number 1, a comprehensive 14, 41, 14 minutes, 41 seconds analysis published in JAMA found that for seniors over 75 with no symptoms and previous normal screenings, routine. 14, 49, 14 minutes, 49 seconds. Colonoscopy, PSA testing, and cardiac screening led to no improvement in mortality, but significant increases in procedure-related complications. 15, Daicho's 115 minutes, 1 second. Evidence number 2, the Choosing Wisely campaign, supported by dozens of medical specialty societies. Explicitly, 15, 10, 15 minutes, 10 seconds, recommends against these screening tests in elderly patients without symptoms. 15, 14, 15 minutes, 14 seconds, calling them examples of low-value care that wastes resources and harms patients. 15 down to 15 minutes, 22 seconds. Evidence number 3, 15 down to 15 minutes, 24 seconds. International comparisons show that countries with less aggressive screening of elderly patients, like the UK, have 15, 32, 15 minutes, 32 seconds, similar or better health outcomes for seniors compared to the US, where aggressive screening is routine. 15, 39, 15 minutes, 39 seconds. The questions you should ask your doctor before agreeing to any screening test after 70. Question number 1, given my 15, 47, 15 minutes, 47 seconds, age and health status, what is the actual probability this test will find something that will genuinely threaten my life in my remaining years? 15 now, 5, 8, 15 minutes, 58 seconds. Doctors rarely provide this crucial context. 16,002, 16 minutes, 2 seconds. Question number 2, what are the specific risks of complications from this test and any follow-up procedures? 16,009, 16 minutes, 9 seconds it might lead to. Make them give you numbers, not vague reassurances. 16 minutes, 16 seconds. Question number 3, what would we do differently based on the results? Would finding something actually change my 16 down to 16 minutes, 24 seconds, treatment in a way that improves my quality or length of life? Often the answer is no. Question number 4, what 16, 30, 316 minutes, 33 seconds do the major medical organizations recommend about this screening test for people my age? 16, 39, 16 minutes, 39 seconds. Many doctors ignore updated guidelines that recommend against screening. My medical recommendation for healthy 16, 46, 16 minutes, 46 seconds seniors over 70. Focus your energy in medical care on the interventions that actually improve healthy longevity. 16,054, 16 minutes, 54 seconds. Exercise, nutrition, social connection, 16,058, 16 minutes. 58 seconds, medication management for known conditions, rather than searching for problems through aggressive screening that often creates more harm than 17,006, 17 minutes, 6 seconds benefit. This doesn't mean ignoring symptoms or refusing all medical care. 12, 17 minutes, 12 seconds. It means being selective, informed, and prioritizing quality of life over quantity of medical interventions. The 17, 221, 17 minutes, 21 seconds. Reality is that after 70, less aggressive medical care often leads to longer, healthier, more comfortable 17, 29, 17 minutes, 29 seconds lives than the test everything, treat everything approach that has become standard. And before we close, I want to 17, 30, 817 minutes, 38 seconds. Mention something important for seniors who are taking control of their health by refusing unnecessary tests but want 17, 4, 17 minutes, 46 seconds to ensure they're supporting their bodies optimally to maintain the health and vitality that makes refusing these 17, 5, 4, 17 minutes, 54 seconds test the right choice. Maintaining optimal health naturally so you can avoid unnecessary medical interventions. 18,218 minutes, 2 seconds requires supporting your body's fundamental systems. Cardiovascular health, immune function, energy levels. 18,009, 18 minutes, 9 seconds, and overall vitality. 18 on 12, 18 minutes, 12 seconds. That's why I recommend 2 natural support options that help seniors maintain the robust health that makes aggressive screening unnecessary. 18 times 18 minutes, 21 seconds. For seniors who want gentle support for cardiovascular and overall health, I recommend organic watermelon extract. 18 pound, 28, 18 minutes, 28 seconds rich in natural L-citrulline. It supports healthy blood pressure, improves circulation naturally, and helps 18, 36 to 18 minutes, 36 seconds maintain the cardiovascular health that makes aggressive cardiac testing unnecessary. But if you're looking for comprehensive health optimization, not 18, 45 to 18 minutes, 45 seconds, just cardiovascular support, but also immune function, energy levels, and the overall vitality that allows you to 318 minutes, 53 seconds, thrive without aggressive medical interventions, then I recommend the Senior Vitality Formula. It combines 119 minutes, 1 second of Karen from horny goat weed for circulation and energy. Tonka Dali for maintaining healthy hormone levels that support vitality. 19 minutes, 12 seconds. Fenugreek for metabolic health and sustained energy. Nettle root for prostate health and overall wellness. 19 minutes, 20 seconds. And concentrated literline for optimal cardiovascular function. 19 minutes, 26 seconds. Together, these ingredients support the robust health that allows you to confidently refuse unnecessary screening tests, knowing your body is functioning. 19 minutes, 35 seconds optimally through natural support rather than aggressive medical intervention. 19 minutes, 41 seconds. You'll find both options linked in the pinned comment and video description below. Take control of your medical care. 19 minutes, 48 seconds by refusing tests that harm more than help. Because healthy aging after 70 comes from supporting your body. 19 minutes, 55 seconds naturally and avoiding the cascade of complications that often follows aggressive screening. For persistent symptoms, consult a professional.